Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, Congress on a short string for FAA Reauthorization, 45 miles by a paramotor, that's quite an adventure. UAVs are checking on the whales. I'm Bree Cross. It's January 5th, 2016, and this is Airborne Unlimited. Legislators say they are focused on getting an FAA reauthorization bill through Congress before the March 30th expiration date of the continuing resolution now funding the FAA. Politico reports that in the U.S. House, Representative Peter DeFazio, the ranking Democrat on the House Transportation Committee, said that he has concerns about an expected GOP proposal to split air traffic control out of the FAA, but does not think that such concerns will cause a significant holdup to the legislation in the House. The leadership of the Senate Commerce Committee has listed the reauthorization legislation as a top priority. In an annual progress report released during the holidays, Committee Chair John Thune said, quote, "Nothing in our committee's jurisdiction looms larger than passing a reauthorization and the opportunity to enact reforms creating a safer and more efficient aviation sector," end quote. Still 3 months will pass in the blink of an eye in Washington, so we'll see if Congress can get this done in such a short time. It's reported out of the UK that Sacha Dench, who works at Slimbridge, Wildfowl, and Wetland Center, has taken on the mission of following the migration route of swans from Siberia for a trek of 4,500 miles. She plans to do this by flying a paramotor for the entire trip. A paramotor is an engine strapped to the back of an operator, suspended below a paraglider. She will face polar bears and extreme weather, as well as the challenge of finding safe places to land in her bid to fly with the swans. This is going to be quite an adventure. Over 10 weeks, Sacha will cross 11 countries and will become the first woman ever to paramotor across the Channel and fly along the River Thames through central London to land at Slimbridge in November. Volunteers are wanted to join Sacha's team. They need a person to plan the expedition and volunteers to work as a mechanic and filmmaker. After the break, UAVs to help spot whales.
Redbird is quickly becoming the industry standard for flight training. Since Redbird introduced its revolutionary FMX in 2007, colleges, universities, and flight training operations around the world have integrated Redbird products into their curriculum. It's time to discover what Redbird can do for you. Join the migration.
Welcome back. If you have a story suggestion for Airborne Unlimited, Aero-TV, our website or podcast, just email to news-spy@aero-news.net. NOAA has enlisted the help of an aerial media company to assist in gathering information about the endangered Cook Inlet Beluga whales that might strand themselves in shallow water this season. It is reported the agency has contracted with Alaskan Aerial Media, an exempted commercial operator, to gather information about the size, age, and number of whales that might strand that can't be determined from a traditional horizontal view. Barbara Mahoney, a biologist with NOAA who works with the Cook Inlet Beluga whales, told the Clarion newspaper that using a UAV is a cost-effective way of doing an aerial survey. She also said that the imagery from the UAV is often of a better quality than that taken from an airplane. However, one limitation of using UAVs is their range, she said. Whales that strand in more remote areas must be studied using a traditional airplane or boat. Every Tuesday, we look ahead at some of the more interesting events in the aviation universe, but the pickings are still kind of slim, but we did come up with some upcoming events that are closer than you might expect. Here's this week's Aero-Calendar. The Lake Havasu Balloon Festival runs January 15th through the 17th, and Arizona sounds like a great place to go if you're trying to shake off the winter. You are cordially invited to the Party in the Sky at the 6th Annual Havasu Balloon Festival and Fair, designated as one of the top 100 events in North America by the America Bus Association. As if the balloons weren't enough, there's more activities than we have time to list. For our West Coast viewers, we remind you of the 41st Annual Cable Air and Car Show being held at the Cable Airport in California on January 9th and 10th. Cable Airport is unique in that it's the largest privately owned, open to the public airport in the country. The Cable Air Show and Car Show is a family affair that provides a quality air show along with entertainment for everyone. On January 16th, we'll stay in California and head for the Imperial Airport Open House and City Fair. The city of Imperial is located just south of the Salton Sea. Activities include Young Eagles Fly-In, general aviation and military aircraft static displays, and more. Expected community attendance is 3,000 people. Blue Angels and Navy ground crews will assist with ground operations as they did last year. Probably one of the few places anxiously wanting snow on February 6th can be found at the EAA Museum's Pioneer Airport. The annual EAA Ski Plane Fly-In is a special winter event, which has welcomed more than 30 ski planes in the past, and it celebrates the unique flight segment of ski plane flying. After these messages, Rolls-Royce Common Core leads to success.
Concorde's recombinant gas RG series sealed battery technology produces a high-performance battery with the advantages of being pre-tested and fully charged at the factory. Find out more about Concorde's entire line of batteries at www.concordebattery.com. Concorde, the heart of your aircraft.
Sandia introduces the new SAI 340 Quattro TSO'd airspeed, attitude, altitude, and slip. With integral backup battery, safety never looked so good. See it now at www.sandia.aero.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. To date, nearly 3,500 Rolls-Royce AE civil engines have been manufactured in Indianapolis, and these engine products recently surpassed 60 million flight hours of operation. The Common Core gas turbine engine has been a key ingredient in the program's success. The Russian helicopter's medium multi-role Mi-38 transport helicopter has received type certification. In 2016, the Mi-38 will enter serial production and launch on the Russian market. The helicopter has been designed to Russian standards, which equates to standards in Europe and the U.S. Women in Aerospace's new website enhances WIA's mission by bringing key information in an easily navigatable form to its members, industry at large, and the government. It is designed to expand WIA's educational networking and professional development opportunities. It appears The Force Awakens for NASA's Hubble Space Telescope as it has for moviegoers. Hubble has photographed what looks like a cosmic double-bladed lightsaber. A newborn star shoots twin jets into space as a sort of birth announcement to the universe. The first Q400 Cargo-Combi aircraft has been delivered to launch customer Ryukyu Air Commuter of Okinawa, Japan, manufactured at Bombardier's facility in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. The aircraft is one of 5 ordered by the commuter operator. Well, that's our trip around the patch. Now let's move on to the rest of the news. A lawsuit has been filed in Arizona Federal District Court against the FAA, charging the agency of violating the rights of air traffic control candidates rejected under its new hiring guidelines. The suit was filed by the Mountain States Legal Foundation for a class of thousands who met the FAA's established test for employment but were rejected after the FAA announced new minority hiring plans. Attorney William Perry Penley said, quote, "In abandoning years of hiring the most qualified and adopting a test that is the epitome of psychobabble, the FAA told our clients their skills are less important than their race and told the public that its racial agenda is more important than aircraft safety," end quote. Beginning in 1995, the FAA had developed a program in concert with training institutions to provide well-qualified applicants for air traffic controller positions. However, in May of 2013, the FAA announced a plan to transform the FAA into a more diverse and inclusive workplace. Under this new system, past training and experience have been discounted in favor of what is called a, quote, biographical questionnaire as a key factor to selecting training applicants. Well, that's our program for today. Remember to get comprehensive real-time 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net. Remember that Airborne Unlimited is streamed daily Monday through Friday, with additional breaking news bulletins for important stories that fall outside of our normal deadlines. Please join us and a growing roster of over 100 outstanding industry associations and organizations every weekday for the best in aviation and aerospace news from the staff of the Aero-News Network, the aviation world's most comprehensive news and information resource.